whaatalo whātua Amerika Samoa e ala inisi o whapopongo tala mai lau KVZK TV. I se tala lata mai e winga le tau, a wale no fosilifia le mamalu le atunu o au tātou whea ngai ma le lolo wau le tau le neiva yaso. O se whaamanatu ina ia tāpena ia le mamalu le atunu ina ia malu masaunga le mu i le neiva yaso.
Talo for Amerika Samoa, o se tala lata mai lea mo le tau, a walo silifia ma lo iloa e tūlanga i tau ona e tāpena bena ma e no whasau nini ai. Ia o iei nei le lapatainga mo matangi malosi mo Amerika Samoa atoa. Ona ua usia ia tūlanga savili, malosio savili iei nei, ua usia atu fast food mai le tūla. Ia tuai ata satelite, o le ata le pito ilunga, o le futaula inga o savili Pasifika i saute ia o winga lolo wai o le tau o lo mafua ele malosio savili ia whaapea fo ele mafauti munga. Ia a o lalo i le ata le pito i lalo o se whaataita inga lea o fōlinga o se awha. Ia o le se senga la o le awha e le tawilinga e fo ile mata. Pea whaataita inga lea o fōlinga i o kita, te mi o kita. A o le o wingo le tau e tusai ma le whetaula ingo savili ma i Pasifika i saute e malolosi savili pe ia o laiangi se awha a o teimi nei e le aini tawilinga o iai. O lo mata o wa ai a pēra mata i tūina. Le laina lea, a wā lo whapea e iai tawilinga e ono tutupu mai iai. O tawilinga la lo mata wa ai e ono tutupu mai i saute. O le laina ao lea. A mo teimi nei, o lo mata wa ai a pēra. Tūlanga e ono whaatupula i ai, pe ono mau ai fo i mi tawilinga. I tūlanga i le wafu po o le whangaloa, o lo wa ai a pēr le malosio savili le angi whaatau e mawalunga atu. I le area lea po o i le whangaloa, ona o savili o lo angi mai tu o maunga, mai mātu i sisifo. So a sau, a angi le savili anga i tutono le whangaloa, e sawa tu e malosi. So, o ala ia e mafua ona wa ai ele se senga malosi savili. Ta inga, manofu wa ai am whautuanga nei o lo ia temi nei, o lo ia ele tato lapata inga mo savili matua malosi, o lapata inga mo ngalu maulunga, mo talawhatai uma Amerika Samoa, o lo ia fo ele lapata inga mo matangi malosi i mo tato o ngā sami, ai mai sei foi, e no wa ai mo tawhinga malolonga. Ia o lo whaawau pēr nei, tūlanga le tau, e o atu lava i le whai ingo le vai aso.
Sa awha aliel finangalo le awhiunga de Presidente Senate, ia tua olo mana ia fruen, e tusa manisi o finangalo whaasea o lo whaalie lunga upenga te whailangi, e tusa mai loilonga o awhiunga i whaatonu, sa ili le tōwha i awhiunga senatoa pe finangalo, e whaalu pēr i loilonga matau o lumanga le fono i lunga upenga te whailangi, pe le ai.
Ono le soa no sa we mal fai unga o le ale to e alu fono i fafo ona e tere fo i fam talanga le manuia o mai e a fia ele mauta la ele me fai ni do i longa pio se do i longa fai inga o ni talanga o a inga ma e pio tūlanga na e taun tatu tal noi tai au pe to te mana e whau au pe la famuta whaale manuia fōi a saunoanga tangata. A ro mawhalo o mawhauwhau, o no nisi o along whanau o le tunuu, o lo i tono vai ngā au. La tono a lea lo fifie whalongolongo mai tau o manga o whono, a toa fōi ma tamaa le tunuu o lo tapo i mai whafo, lo ai tau malele mai whafo, whaifi au ma ulotu. A o tono ai nei, Ia whamtalanga e whaale manuia e se ia ingoa tau mai. Taun pālota le mauta maulunga. Le ale mea laina whai o nei hearing e leini whisiri. Ia oia tato whisiri e o whanau le tunu.
Sa sau no malama le fionga e atongi ola tu la fona e tusa ma le mata upu. Ma whaali ailo na finangalo e tusa ma whai tionga ma finangalo au ese o nisi o le mamalo le atunu. Tusa mailo ilunga o nisi o susunga i whaatonu.
E le ai se malosi o le lalolangi, e mawhai o nana tāo fia le tangata fia mui mui. E le ai se malosi o le tunuu, i ona tupu mona e mawhai ana na tau fia le tangata fia whai tio. O le natura, o le tangata soifua, o le whai tio. Langa o lesi na e ngai maua i le tangata lona langona o ia e te le lona avanoa e au mai aiso na sao i fuafuanga whapenei. I tūlanga foi lalo tātou ngā nuenga whaale mālo. Mā le nopi ai o tupu mai e te tono le maoto nei. E te tau lava o na tātou manatu. E le mawhaia o na sao-saonga mādia se mea tātou te whaia. E au normale e seisi e whaiti o mai pe mui mui. E alona o tau tala upu i e lua ona e ese le whaitio, ese le mui mui. O le whaitio, e whaavai lunga o mauwha maumawina, e au mai ai le whaitionga i le tonu, male le tonu o se mea whaisesi. O le mui mui. O nei munga fo ia le tunu ia whapea fo kākou, whapea ia le mea ma le mea. E le o ni mea pe o whaataltala noanga. Ai ona o aso nei ma le malosi o le social media. Ua avea ai le mui mui ma malosi. Ua avea le whaitionga e whai ma mau. Ai o ia mea presidente ma le mamalu le mota e le ai ase e se sena. Leiso na e se sena. Tātou te lia le mui mui ana tunu. O le tofili nā le tunu, vava ai gai, a mui mui se sentoa pe mui mui a tātou uma, whai mui mui. Tātou te lia le whai tio. A tonu foi o iei tu tonu whai tionga nā. Ni tūlanga, mani whautuanga, mani whatu whatunga. E au ngā mo tātou. E leo ni mea wha le au ngā. E le te tau ai ona tātou whiwhiwhi, pe popole, i le au mai. Ua mafua lava ona pe, ua mamafa ia tūlanga. Ona o le tā alonga fōu leo tātou iai. O le tusi o Silfainga, Facebook. Leo o tā ua o le tusi o Silfainga. A ua pe o le tusi leo o Silfainga, iai lea tu nuu. I so se tu ai ngā vaenga mai o na tupu mona e o lava il tamaititi se fulma le whatau thanga. O tātou sila whai, tu tusa, i tu tono le tusi lea, leo o tā ua le tusi o sila whainga. Ia, lau fionga, malma malu al mota. O te tāo fia, e le aia se meta o iona sui le fina ngalo o umona e whata ota malita iala, a watu o tātou ilo ilonga i le tunu. Pea talia i tangata, mo te masalo a whapea e, ai longa e ato se lau o tangata i e whaitio mai. Ai longa e ato se lima se furu o tangata i e mui mui. Ai a tātou wa ai le se lau mo na tupu wafe, o wa inga lai, wa ai mai tonu o whamaumaunga ia. E le taitai. O le tō tele nā lai whawhetai mai. O lea e watu te tala, ma whamatala le whai toa e le senate. E ala i le whina ngalo sa e whorasia ma whatatia mai no fo inga o tūnai. A watu i loilonga ia. Pe le lei, pe le anga, pe taunga malie, pe le ai, ave.
E lei au ese fo ili fina ngalo le afionga ia ngā o te ote i lea mata upu, sa sau no se tasi o tamao le atunu, e sa ili ia le uta ma le tō whalo loto.
O le mota nei o le mahota o le whare tō whā o le atunu, pe on sau noa ia afionga i sentoa. Mai, awani manu malo le mea vai vai. Ia manu malo le me le ma le mesa. Tatono le si le am saloe, la titi no me le pensa no ia le fionga tentoa. E lu fia ala tele le tunu a meso ta mama tina matua. A meso o tangata o no voi fafa. E se tala fia le polokalame. Sa mo vano. E tangata o fumai a ta o me sining ta ua o Facebook e va ai po a mela sa un fon. E le mele o faitio. Io me la vai a tangata. Au te tonua o wane i luli inga tofa pensa no le fionga sentoa tonga. O le luli o tofa mata. O tātou la vai a. O tātou e. Tō i ai tofa ma whamanuia o tātou whanau. Ai loe tātou me tau o na fisiringia. Au tūlanga la vai o mota pensa noa i ai. Awe whamanuia o tātou whanau o tofinga.
Sa whaapea foi le finangalo le afionga ia moangu tutia, e ui I finangalo au ese o le atunuu, ai o le aia lava ia a le tangata soifua.
E au foi ia on mele finangalo ia I ka mai. O ka ika foi ka kere ila ngai mea. Ke fai ngoa la pisi. Ama mawhai o kako finangalo, o le akiri ai, fai o mai. Pule ala ko sa alokonga le orkangaka. Sa alokonga le orkangaka, fai elonga ia. Ioi. Ai e upu fai de mea leo mui ma mea leo fai kio. Au kere kau kalak. Ioi, ai e upu. Ai o au yo. Po ai al fai kio. E e upu e. Foi le iseu kau ngalo ho. O au fia fai kio mai la kungu ia au di kwa. Walang o kau kalak. Langa le ka wa ilo ngoa. Au su malie yo mele fai kio. Wa leva mo fkaya I mangei mea. Oi. Pau al meu ki fa mo ia nga le kua. Fa ko ese le kua se manga ko mo kia. Ase se fa unga mo kia le kua o e pule ya. Ala langia. Se ku low ku kuila mangu ama. Low. Ke le manga ia. Walang o kau kakurang ale sa wan fai kio lunga. O kele ilo alang kele anu lunga o mea ia. Lailoa. A masalo angi si aganga ko lo wa a inga le fai kio mai ia. O lo ola fia li lei. Wa risi ngā mea le. Masalo a o kanga ka lo wa inga le. E mui o ngale wala ko mai sikaka. Alanga o kele anu lunga mea le kua olo. A leo kau aguna kungu. O ko umale mui mai fongo. Fai. Mui. Ese me ka fiar ko wayanga. Ai awar ka fiar ka ko me leila ko alo famole.
I se polo a inga sa atu ina mai le afionga I le suiko vana ia pulu ai junior, ina ia saunga le mole me malu le atunuu. Ua fautu ina I ofisa le malo sa afia le ele tise fa apea no fuango ngā luenga I le lolo wao le tau. Ina ia tapunia ma faiti tia tu la whenga luenga. Ma ia whaafso tai ofisa taitasi ua tapunia. O fōlinga mwhaamatalango le tau e ono a awhiai le atunu ue o atu le whaingo le neiva yaso. O lo o whautueina le awhionga le suiko vana le mamaro le atunu ina ia whaetete mata pena vaenga umai mo o mia I vai taimi o whaalawelawe whaafuasei. Ma uatu ina mai fōi se whaasala launga mai le matanga luenga o saili malawe ai I le vaenga leo le ngata I whale. E ala mai I a Chief Ina Outbreak, e whaapewa tāpunia mo le taimi nei whe malanga ina I au nuu. Ona o tūlanga lolo wao le tau, o lea I whautua ina ai ma le whaaloalo le mamalo le atu nuu. A whai e yaini ngase mai au nuu e fia au mai le mauta ngase I whanga alu. Whaamole whaafso ta iane le Marine Patrol I le iwa tasi, po le ono tolu tasi ono iwa ono tolu tasi ono iwa lima. O le a whailo atu le taimi e toa te tala ina ai whe malanga ina. Nunu yaso le lei mai lau KVZK News. Ua whaulu nei e le sui whai pule o Swains Island le awhionga I a sua Alexander Jennings, se tangi I le whaamsinonga I whaasanga I le awhionga I le whafonga whitalai o le mautou sui I a Savali Talavo Ale. E tusa malana whaiunga ina ia whaamalo lo le tu mau le sui o Swains. E tusa ma se whe inga sa tula I mai tutono le mautou sui le amtango le neiva yaso. I le mata upo e whaapea I le ave ina o le aya e mawhai o na pālota le whaipule mai Swains, mai le aso sifulu ono Januari, te iau o le aso sifulu ma le tolu o Februari. O lea tūlanga ua solia ai le whaavai o Amerika Samoa e ala i le lea mana ia ina mausita ia swinga ua pasi e ina le official interior e tusa ma swinga le whaavai o Amerika Samoa.
E tala mai ia pia ua whauru le tua ngai si talo sanga i le whaamsinonga maabulunga. E talo sanga i nai le whaipule tuai mo lo tu whanga ia fia mena o mi mata awha e whaamawai mai lona tu whinga pandemia. E se whaamtalanga o le tangi na whauru i lumo le whaamsinonga i le aso sifuma le tolu Februari le tau sanga nei. Na sa ili ai le whainga whaupwhai e pui puia ai ante tau tangata le te leo polo inga mai le whaamsinonga e au fia i le malolo o le ofisa o le pandemia. O lo tua ia le tua ngai o le whai unga fia me e whaawau pea i le tofi pandemia. Whaatasi ai ma le lango e na o le toa se fulma le wha mai le toa lima se fultolu sui whaipule o se malo to lai titi. O mafuanga tu inantu le JPP e whaasino i le whaamsinonga maabulunga o lo iai le pule e langolango wina ai le whaavae. Na whina wina foi e whaapea o le mata upu tolu se fululua vaenga lua le tūla fono e mana o mi ai le whaipule wa tofie e vema palemia e pule e le whaatuatuanga o le to tele o whaipule peitai talu mai le aso luas fultasi o le masino Januari le tausanga nei o fie me i le ave ai ma palemia wa le toi tu inantu le whaatuatuanga ma le lango ato toa a le tolu se fululima o whaipule o loo a fiai le vaenga le fast le vaenga whaupufai o le malo. Ma o tatu tala muli o tala mali Pasifika. Ua whailo mai le malo o Tonga le pepesi o le whaamai o le dengue fever i te tonu le atunuu. E se whaamtalanga i le aso lulu. Na ta wai le matanga ruenga o le soifo maroloina le atunuu o lo whaawau pea le whaatupula i o le numero tangata wa afia i ona motu e tolu o tonga tapu, vavau, ma eua. Na ta ua foi e le minister le soifo maroloina ia Dr. Anna Akoula o le mata upu mua na whaamonia na liputia i le asa whamaile ma talu mai le nā taimi e toa se fulu nisi wa afia ua whaamonia. O le tele o mata upu o le whaamai o loo i tonga tapu le motu tele o tonga ma le tele o lo i lantou na afia mai le se fulu lua e se fulu fitu tausanga le matutua. O le whaiuna nao tātu talau toto mai lau KVZK te mo tu seisio na whaupuponga i le aso antai au manu ia tele whainga malulonga le tantu tunuu tō wha suifua.
Tala Falava American Samoa, and welcome to your evening news here on KVZK TV. Here's your latest weather update from the local meteorology office in Tafuna.
Talo for American Samoa, here is the latest weather update. We currently have a high wind warning out for the territory. Looking at satellite imagery, we are still getting a lot of the weather over the islands from the South Pacific Convergence Zone. Right now, there is no tropical cyclone in the area. There are still several low pressure systems to the south of the islands, which is not directly impacting us at this time. A lot of the winds we are seeing is still from the active South Pacific Convergence Zone over the area. So we put an image side by side. Even though we do not see any circulation or any tropical cyclone in the area right now, we are still getting winds up to 40 miles per hour. Remember that the image we are showing here is not happening in current time, but it is just an example to show you that storm force winds is the same as what we are seeing right now outside. However, in the harbor area, looking at this graphic right here, the winds are coming from the northwest, and as the winds come from the northwest and travel down the mountain areas, winds can appear to be way stronger than what we are feeling in the Tafuna area. So these strong and very high winds we are experiencing right now, we are expecting it to continue through at least Friday, peaking later on tonight and maybe into Thursday morning through Thursday night. So we will keep updating you with whatever new information we receive. But looking back at all the products we have out, we still have our high wind warning, our high surf warning, and our gale warning for all coastal waters and zones. And then we also have our flash flood watch that remains for American Samoa.
Senate President Tua'olo Manaiafu'en expressed concerns about the live streaming of phono sessions due to negative public feedback regarding perceived favoritism in the recent cabinet confirmation hearings. To address these issues and maintain public trust in the Senate's proceedings, he is contemplating suspending the live streaming and seeks input from fellow senators on the matter. Senator Tongiola Tulafono articulated that in our world, criticism and complaints are inevitable aspects of human nature. It is an undeniable reality that individuals will express their opinions, whether positive or negative, about various issues. He pointed out that while some criticisms may serve as a vehicle for individuals to push their personal agendas, however, not all criticism is detrimental. In fact, some can lead to innovative ideas and improvements. He stressed that lawmakers should prepare themselves for the constant possibility of criticism regarding their work. Tongiola elaborated on the distinction between constructive criticism, which is grounded in evidence and aimed at determining the accuracy or appropriateness of decisions, and complaints which often arise from unfounded or subjective opinions. In today's digital age, the rise of social media platforms provide a prominent arena for both forms of expression, allowing individuals to voice their concerns more freely than ever before. Despite the similarities between criticism and complaints, Tongiola emphasized the importance of accepting both as valid components of public dialogue. The former governor acknowledged that while everyone has the right to express their opinions, those opinions do not diminish the value of the constructive work being undertaken. He noted that paradoxically, criticism can serve as a catalyst for new ideas and solutions to existing problems. Nonetheless, it can also instill a sense of intimidation that may deter public servants from acting on what they believe to be the best course of action. Focusing on social media, Tongiola pointed out that platforms such as Facebook democratize the conversation, offering equal opportunities for all members of the community, from elders to teenagers, to share their perspectives. He expressed skepticism regarding claims that significant numbers, such as 50 individuals, are criticizing the phono, stating that in reality, there are hundreds of thousands of Samoans abroad who are attentively observing the work being done and expressing their appreciation for the efforts being made by the senators. Tongiola asserted that as public servants, it is crucial to recognize and anticipate that criticism will always be present. Embracing the reality can empower lawmakers to be more resilient and responsive to the needs of the community they serve. The former governor elaborated on the ongoing questioning of certain cabinet members, explaining that this focused scrutiny is intentional and backed by specific reasons. He clarified that the governor carefully reviews each nominee's credentials before their appointment, and these documents are submitted to the Senate are not accessible to the public. This process ensures that only those who meet the required standards and qualifications are nominated, which is essential for maintaining the integrity of the cabinet. Senator Ngao Tiote Palaie Tofau spoke about the need for the Senate to prioritize integrity and strong principles over succumbing to pressures that may arise from criticism. He then urged the Senate president to resist the temptation to give in to what he described as a weakness and instead focus on what is fundamentally right for the people they serve. Ngao Tiote articulated his belief that a substantial majority of the public, those who are genuinely interested in observing the Senate's work, far outweigh the critics who often speak out. Acknowledging that criticism is an inherent part of human nature, Ngao Tiote insisted that members of the Senate should not be deterred by it. Instead, they should maintain their focus on fulfilling their duties to the constituents. He argued that it is essential for senators to remain steadfast in their work, undistracted by negative feedback. Senator Mwang'utia Moivasa echoed these sentiments expressed by both Tongyola and Ngao Tiote, reinforcing the idea that public scrutiny is a vital aspect of democracy. He encouraged the ongoing critique of legislative actions, viewing it as a means for the Senate to stay accountable and responsive to the needs of the community. This approach, they believe, will ultimately strengthen the relationship between the Senate and the citizens they represent. In the end, the Senate president stated that live streaming of phono sessions will continue. Joyeta Whengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. Acting Governor Pulamatala Ai Jr. says that due to severe weather conditions and to ensure the safety of the people of American Samoa, the government offices are lacking power or made unsafe by current weather conditions may be closed or limit operations. Supervisors are responsible for notifying employees regarding worksite safety. Also, government employees should follow their regular assigned schedule. If unsafe conditions prohibit them from reporting to work, please notify their supervisor. The severe weather is affecting American Samoa and is expected to maintain in the coming days. Some parts of the territory are being seriously impacted, resulting in injuries and property damage. The actions will help ensure the safety of the people of American Samoa, and this is effective from today until Friday, the 21st of February. The acting governor urges the public to remain vigilant. He said the governor's office will continue to work with the appropriate government agencies and update their response if and when necessary. He continued to urge the public to take precautions to ensure the safety of their families. Meantime, Alia transportation to and from Aunu is suspended until further notice. This was in a notice issued by the Department of Search and Rescue Marine Patrol Division Chief Ina Outbreak. He said residents of Aunu are urged to heed the advisory issued by the weather station, and anyone requires medical attention can call Marine Patrol at 911 or 633-1696, 633-1695 for assistance, and concluded that the Marine Patrol officers are on standby to transport Aunu residents for medical purposes. Joyeta Whengai Mali'i with your news on KVZK. In other news, ousted Swains Island Representative Su'a Alexander Eli Jennings has filed a civil lawsuit against Speaker of the House Savali Talavo Ale, claiming that his recent suspension has unlawfully denied him the right to vote from January 16th to the 13th of February 2025, violating the revised Constitution of American Samoa. Represented by attorney David Weisner, Su'a's complaint is now before the High Court. The suit asserts that one of the 5 constitutional amendments approved by voters in November 2022 grants the Swains Island delegate the right to vote in the House. On the 16th of January this year, former Secretary of the Interior Deb Haaland approved these amendments, an event acknowledged in a press release from Congresswoman Uifatali Aumuamata. Despite notifying the Speaker of the amendment's approval, Su'a claims Savali has refused to recognize them and has unlawfully barred him from voting. Sua argues there is no requirement for notification to the Speaker for these amendments to take effect and points to an official notice from the Director of the Office of Insular Affairs sent on the 6th of February, which the Speaker continues to ignore. In addition to preventing him from voting on routine matters, Sua has been restricted from participating in several key cabinet appointments. After raising a point of order regarding his voting rights on the 12th of February, he was removed from the House chamber on the Speaker's orders. Sua maintains that he has not received any official notification of his suspension. The lawsuit seeks a court declaration that the Speaker violated Sua's voting rights and delayed the implementation of the constitutional amendments based on personal bias. He is also asking the court to recommend criminal charges against the Speaker for obstructing his voting rights. Additionally, Sua is seeking punitive damages of no less than $10,000 for each vote denied from the 16th of January until he is allowed to vote again, highlighting the broader implications for the rights of delegates in American Samoa's legislative process. Joyeta Fiangay Mali with your news on KVZK. In news from Apia, earlier this month, the Human Rights Protection Party filed a statement of claim with the Supreme Court seeking several orders, including the removal of the Prime Minister from office. The opposition alleges that Prime Minister Fiame Naomi Mata'afa's decision to remain in office with the support of only 14 out of 53 members of parliament, constituting a minority government, is a continual violation of Article 32, subsection 2, subsection A of the Samoa Constitution. The HRPP argues that based on Article 66, subsection 2 of the Constitution, a vacancy in the office of the Prime Minister may now be imminent. They assert that the Supreme Court has jurisdiction to uphold the Constitution. According to HRPP, Article 32, subsection 2, subsection A requires the Prime Minister to have the confidence of a majority of members of Parliament. However, since the 21st of January this year, Fiame has allegedly lost the confidence and full support of the 35 MPs who comprise the ruling FAST Party. To support their claims, the HRPP referenced interviews on social media conducted with FAST Party members and former cabinet ministers, namely Mulipola Anarosa Mulio on the 24th of January and Toelupe Po Mulinuku Onisemo on the 28th of January. These interviews indicated that the FAST Party members no longer had confidence in Fiame's leadership and had effectively voted her out of the party. Furthermore, the HRPP cited press conference from FAST leader Lauli Lewatia Schmitz and other members, including Ale Vena Ale, held on the 4th and 6th of February. The claims states that since the 21st of January, Prime Minister Fiame no longer commands the confidence of the majority as her support has dwindled to just 14 MPs in direct violation of Article 32, subsection 2, subsection A of the Constitution, as evidenced by her speech in Parliament on the 21st of January. The HRPP also emphasized that Fiame's loss of majority support means that no MP can currently command the confidence of a majority of the 53 MPs given the existing political landscape. They argued that this situation negatively affects the functioning of Parliament, particularly in the areas of parliamentary select committees, the passage of bills on the parliamentary agenda, and notably the upcoming appropriation budget. In relation to the Speaker of the House, Papali Ilio Masipao, the HRPP stated that on the 21st of January, he did not allow for a vote of no confidence to take place. Therefore, no such vote occurred. The HRPP contends that Prime Minister Fiame, Speaker Papali'i, and FAST leader La'auli have failed to resolve the impasse through resignation or by facilitating a vote of no confidence in Parliament. The HRPP further argues that it is in the public interest to uphold the Constitution and ensure parliamentary integrity by holding the Prime Minister and government accountable to the people and in compliance with the Constitution, Samoan law, and the rule of law. The first respondent in the case is the Attorney General, along with the Minister and her cabinet. The second respondent is the FAST Party, led by La'auli, and the final respondent is the Speaker of the House. Joyeta Fiangay Mali with your news on KVZK. And finally in the news, the Tongan government has declared a dengue fever outbreak in the kingdom. A statement on Wednesday noted the country's health ministry said the number of suspected cases continue to increase significantly across its 3 island groups. Health Minister Dr. Ana Akoula said the first confirmed case was reported on Friday, and since then, 10 more cases have been confirmed. The majority of the cases are on Tongatapu, the main island of Tonga, and most of those affected, aged 12 to 17 years old. More cases are expected due to the ongoing rain and adverse weather conditions, which favor breeding sites for the mosquitoes responsible for the transmission of the dengue virus. The health ministry said that health officers in the outer islands have been alerted about the situation and encouraged to have high index of suspicion for early detection and treatment of cases. The health ministry reminds the public that dengue fever is contagious. It spreads from one person to another through bites of infected mosquitoes. Tongans have been urged not to panic but learn about dengue and attend a medical facility if they develop symptoms. That's your evening news. Thank you for joining us. Good night.